was attending Arizona State University as a college student. I was in my junior year there, and I woke up to get ready to go to classes for the day. I was rooming with my brother at the time. We both walked out of the apartment to go on our bikes and head to school. And some friends down below were also driving to work that day, and they had their radio on. They came back through the parking lot to see us and say, "You've got to turn on the radio. Something's happened in New York." And I didn't really think too much of it at the time because I didn't get much details as they were breaking news at the time. And I thought that something like a subway accident happened or things that had happened in the past. And I really felt for those people as they were going through bomb threats or subway accident or something that was similar to what had happened before. When I got to school, I noticed that there were some TVs on that had footage of New York, and the buildings were, smoke was coming out of the buildings. And I was like, wow, this is bigger than what I had realized. And I was going through my day kind of automatic, going to class. I remember that I went to Portuguese class, and my teacher came up to us and just said, "Hoje não é bom dia," which means today is not a good day. And so I was really shocked, and the things started to come into my mind, play out, that something tragic had happened. I went to a Spanish class later, and that we barely got through that class, and that at the end the teacher was saying, "Just go home and watch the news." As I was walking out of campus that day, I noticed there was a somber feeling in all of the people's eyes, and the campus was very sparse at that time. And I came back and I watched the news for the rest of the day, like they said. I want to talk about a little bit about the feelings that we had. There was the next day on September 12th, there was a vigil that was held at a local elementary school. My roommates and I decided to go to that vigil. Talking with the people there, we felt a great sense of togetherness, union, and community, more so than I had ever felt in my whole life. And so I felt very patriotic at that time. I felt that this is a great country, and that we were banding together, and that we would be able to be strong and unified. I also felt a more reverence and reach out to God from my community members. We were at the vigil, we were kind of sending good thoughts to heaven and prayers and things for our protection and for the people who had lost their lives and the families who were affected. It was a great feeling at that time amidst a most tragic event. So I had those feelings. They were kind of more poignant the next Sunday, I believe, where I was watching on TV, CBS, who had aired a special about the attacks. The documentary was on these two French brothers, Jules and Gideon Naudet, who were visiting a New York fire department downtown, and they were doing a documentary on new firefighters. That morning, they showed the footage of their documentary and how the call was given to the fire department to come to the Twin Towers and to do what they could to put the fire out, to help people out of the building. The French brothers had brought their cameras. Fortunately, their battery packs were charged, and they had filmed a gas leak to start out. As they were filming the gas leak and looking up at the Twin Towers, their video cameras caught the footage of the first plane that hit. They were just mesmerized, and they kept their cameras going for the rest of the day. They were actually going into the building when the building collapsed. They have footage of the second plane hitting the second Twin Towers, and it was just amazing, all of the things that they had videoed. That documentary has been rerun and reflected on in subsequent anniversaries of the 2001. It was done in the 10-year anniversary and the 15-year anniversary. And I believe it will probably be rerun at this 20th anniversary coming this year. And I highly recommend seeing it. You can catch it online too if you just Google it, and the feelings and the portrayal of all of the people was very poignant for me that Sunday after, in 2001, and it makes me feel proud to be an American. It makes me feel happy that we can rise out of this tragedy and build the Trade Center anew, and just really recover. My feelings and my prayers go out for those who are still affected by this, families and loved ones. My gratitude for those who were first responders, firefighters, policemen, paramedics, anybody who helped, people who were injured, who helped try to go rescue those. All of that appreciation are there in my mind, in my heart. I am so grateful for those people, for those who have sacrificed their lives and their health to rebuild from the Twin Towers, and the things that they've put into the work, the immense work that was to clean it up, to make it a hallowed, sacred ground these days. So those are my feelings. Thank you so much for this opportunity.